Hello everyone, welcome back, and I hope you are having a nice day. Today's story is The Chocolate Mountain. And to get started, we'll get introduced to the characters of this story. So, the characters in this story are of two types, genies and humans. In the genies section, we have Grandpa Genie, Father Genie, and Mother Genie, and also Junior Genie. And in the humans category, we have a little girl. One day, every genie except Grandpa Genie goes out, but Grandpa Genie insists on coming along. But they refuse to let him come along with them. What happens next is to explain to you. Grandpa Genie is a very stubborn genie. As he sat in his rocking chair and rocked up and down, the memories of his past wizardry as a genie came crowding into his mind. He thought, as they won't take me out by themselves, why don't I go out myself and have a little fun and do a little magic of my own? He also thought, how would they know if I went out and returned before them? Hurriedly, Grandfather Genie found his walking stick, adjusted his spectacles, and slowly, carefully let himself out of the door. He floated down slowly from the clouds, his white hair blowing in the wind, waving his walking stick like a baton. He smiled brightly as he landed on the ground and leaned on his walking stick. Grandpa Genie had landed on a path in the middle of a beautiful park. There were beautiful trees and flowers all around. It was quiet and there was no one around. So Grandpa Genie stretched out on a rock and lay down to sleep for a while, as he was tired after a long journey. As soon as he closed his eyes, he was disturbed by the excited voice of a little girl who was asking who he was. Grandpa Genie replied, I am a retired genie, but once upon a time I was the greatest genie and I can still do magic. What kind of magic? Asked the little girl, coming forward eagerly. Any kind. Is there anything I could do for you right now? He asked. The little girl's eyes lit up when she heard this. She thought about it for a while and replied, I like chocolates. That's easy, said Grandpa Genie, waving his walking stick. He closed his eyes and mumbled and muttered under his breath and wove a magic spell. Suddenly, two little chocolates came whizzing through the air and fell to the ground. The little girl was shocked, but she immediately took them with delight and ate them. They were delicious, the little girl thought. Just then, two more chocolates fell before her. She took them and was about to eat them when more chocolates, two at a time, kept falling on the ground before her. The girl put the chocolates into her pocket, but as there were more and more chocolates falling on the ground, she decided to take more chocolates for her friends. So she stuffed her school bag as much as she could. So many chocolates were falling from the sky that it seemed that it was raining chocolates. Mr. Genie, the little girl called out uneasily. I think that's enough. I don't want any more chocolates. Grandpa Genie was so excited that he paid no attention to her at all. The chocolates formed a small mountain on the ground and it kept growing. She called out again, Mr. Genie, please stop it. There are too many chocolates, she said. But Grandpa Genie did nothing at all. He was watching the chocolates excitedly. At this point, the little girl was so frightened that she ran away as fast as she could. After a while, Grandpa Genie felt the need to stop chocolates raining from the sky. He leant back on his walking stick for one last admiring look at the chocolate hill. But as he did this, his spectacles slid off his nose and fell to the ground with a crash. It broke into pieces. Dear, oh dear, poor Grandpa Genie. He blinked apprehensively and gulped. Matters were definitely getting out of hand. The chocolate hill continued to grow, with its summit no longer visible and its slopes could be seen. Grandpa Genie understood that it must be put to an end. He became so upset that he had forgotten all the magic he knew. He scratched his head absent-mindedly and began to mumble and mutter, trying to weave a magic spell once more to stop the chocolate hill from growing. But all that was of no use. As the summit appeared outside the window of their house, Father and Mother Genie let out a collective gasp of amazement. "What on earth is that?" Mother Genie cried. "And look, whatever it is, it's still growing." He was hopeless. The chocolate hill grew at a monstrous rate and soon it became a huge mountain. At one point of time, with a big boom, it tore a hole in the sky. With horror, Father Genie stared at Grandpa Genie's empty rocking chair. Father Genie understood what happened and he tore out of the house at an enormous speed, followed by Mother Genie and Junior Genie. They slid down the slopes of the chocolate mountain. Down, down, down they went, and finally they were there at its base. And there was Grandpa Genie too, looking frightened and tired and bewildered. "Please," cried Mother Genie to Father Genie, wringing her hands in despair. "Please do something to stop the mountain from growing anymore." Father Genie's eyes flashed, and in an instant he worked a magic spell and the chocolate mountain stopped growing. The genies looked at each other in silence. "Now you must make this chocolate mountain vanish," said the Mother Genie in a small voice. But Father Genie shook his head slowly. "Even I can't do that," he said. "The mountain is much too big and too much magic has gone into it for a genie to manage. No one can ever make it vanish." Father Genie said, "We can't do anything to make it vanish, but we can disguise it by covering it with snow. If we cover it with snow, no one will ever know that it has been caused by Grandpa Genie's magic gone wrong," said Father Genie. Then Father Genie covered the shining chocolate mountain with snow. Poor Grandpa Genie never came out of his retirement, but in his home up in the clouds, he likes to sit by the window in his rocking chair and gaze at the tall mountains. And he smiles gently as he looks at one particular peak. He knows it is made of pure chocolate. If you enjoyed the story, please do make sure to like and subscribe. I will see you next time. Bye.